Listen up, man. If you want all the gossip, all the gangbanging news, all the real politics, come to Smut Free TV.
Hottest in the streets, smut free TV, god damn. I know it, man, smut free TV, garbage ass nigga. The best in the streets and the hottest in the streets with your garbage ass. If you ain't tapped in, you're Rebecca.
You off mute. Yeah, you off.
Yo,
What up, Face? What up?
what's happening with y'all, man?
How you doing, brother? How you doing?
What
All's
up,
well.
though?
What up, though?
See, you going crazy on Adam, man. You and Adam going a little back and forth, man. What's going on? Break it down for us, man.
Well, I mean, I didn't go crazy on him. I didn't even cuss at him. I just
Yeah, yeah.
responded to what he was saying to me. He questioned like the accuracy of what I was saying about the
Nolan Will.
Nolan Wells situation, and in my opinion, he was out of pocket because we live in a situation now where you have people who you got white people trying to dictate to black people how we should feel about different things that go on that affect us as a people. And even if it's not up close and personal, like it's not in our house, it's still our house because we still black. I don't give if I was a Pyru and you was a Crip or whatever the case may be. It's certain shit's like universal amongst black people. It don't have nothing to do with affiliations or associations. And he didn't have no, he don't have a dog in the fight. And Adam, not even the kind of guy who even addresses or deals with real life social issues that have any real meaningful impact. That's not his politic. That ain't the kind of shit he be doing. So for you to come on my page and question why I'm saying what I'm saying. First of all, bro, you haven't studied the situation at all. You quoting something from Trap Laura Ross and some other goofies who don't got a thing to do with the culture. You don't never question me about nothing about being black. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, so his whole thing, he feel like nothing is proven yet,
Hey,
right?
listen. Hey, Rockstar.
Yeah.
Bro, listen. It don't matter if you 30, 40, 20, 50, 60, bro. We live in a world where we know racism does exist. And we know that how if white people are in control of anything, especially when it comes to law and enforcement, law enforcement, we know, especially this is Mississippi we talked about here. We ain't talking about LA, but there's a melting pot of going on where you have a 50-50 chance just based on how you know, however you play this certain situation. We talking about Mississippi, bro. There ain't nobody who's in here now or nobody who's going to hear this later who doesn't understand that race is still a factor down south, especially in places like Mississippi, bro. So the whole thing is, he feel like I should wait on the investigation, bro. Black people know racism when we see it. We don't have to be told that something is not right. We know when something's not right, bro. Listen. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that experience
He
to
also
be to
feels
to, to
like
know that.
I'm reading. He also feels like you spreading disinformation about the Carmelo Anthony thing.
Well, Carmelo Anthony didn't have a knife. Carmelo Anthony was attacked. Carmelo Anthony didn't have a knife. The picture that they showed on on social media, that's disinformation. He never had a knife. He had a multi-purpose tool, the same thing that had like from the Boy Scouts and shit like that. He never had a knife. And we still don't have a lot of information that we would normally have at this stage of that situation. The trial's over with. We still don't have the initial police reports showing that the witnesses changed their statement after they talked to the police. The initial statements that they made changed up once
Yeah.
they talk to the police. So when it comes to spreading disinformation, first of all, I don't expect nothing else from a white who don't have no respect for. And when you look at this platform, that platform is all a bunch of Jerry Springer, like I said, and I said it to him to his face when I was out there. So it's not like I'm saying something now that I didn't say to him then. I said to him that I feel like that he let certain commandeer his platform and use his platform as a springboard. I said to him in his face that I feel like that he's running a Jerry Springer campaign over there. So I'm not saying something now that I didn't say then. So I can't question like, well, he jumped in my DM talking about, well, I don't feel like you. No, I said it to your face. The whole world know I said it to your face. That's number one. Number two, spreading disinformation. Who is the author? of spreading false information? White people or black people? Black people, we do dumb shit all day. And no matter how dumb it is, we ain't known for running around spreading misinformation about other races of people. We ain't known for lying. We ain't known for using our power and our influence to create lies around death, murder, and destruction. They're so stupid, we kill it and make a rap record about killing them. That's how stupid we are. We ain't known for doing the shit they do. So I reject that shit outright. I ain't spreading no misinformation. The information is Carmelo Anthony. That was railroaded. Carmelo Anthony, he was attacked by. Now, whether you think he went too far or whether you think he did whatever, it ain't black people who spread the misinformation. It's who've been in control. And we know it's misinformation because as of today, we still don't have a lot of the pertinent information about what happened in that trial because we still don't have the trial transcripts and it's still a bunch of shit we don't have. And number two, I don't give a how he feel. Of course, he white. So of course he gonna feel like that because him saying I'm spreading misinformation about the Carmelo Anthony trial, that really speaks volumes for how he feels about this. Now, at the same time, I have a question to ask you and everybody in Smut Free TV.
Yeah.
You hang around all day. You around black people all day. Without black people, you wouldn't have a show. You're not important in white America. You're only important in the urban entertainment sector. To watch Joe Rogan don't give a fuck about Adam22. Who watch no mainstream white media, they don't give a fuck about Adam22. They look at Adam22 like he playing in the mud with them. He don't create no newsworthy content. This ain't no CNN or MSNBC or Fox News. He specialized in which that's the dumbest in the world. So since when did you become a civil rights activist? When did you become of any conscience whatsoever? You can look at the content that you create and all this that continues to happen up there and tell that you don't give a fuck about that. So what really happening is your whiteness is coming out. That's really what's going on. Your whiteness is coming out and you ain't even got enough respect for the people that you hang around to even try to hide the fact that you're really down with that. That's what's really going on. And then what makes you think I give a fuck about what you think about what the guy said? Who the fuck are you? What makes you think that I give a fuck about how you feel about what I said about? We talking about how black people get treated, and then when we judge situations, bro, we don't just judge them based on what happened at any given particular point in time. We judge shit against history, bro. We know from a historical point of view in Mississippi, we ain't got a thing coming that look like, smell like, taste like, or feel like no goddamn justice, bro. And we know when it's all white people in charge, especially when it's a decision to be made about what a white person did to a black person. We know what the that is. We don't have to be told by some omnipotent power that this is or ain't right. We have an internal clock. We have an internal feeling in us to let us know that something ain't right, bro.
No, I agree. I agree. I hate when people try to tell us about us.
Yeah, and listen, the whole thing is, I bet you Adam won't go on no platform and talk about those that happened with those Jews. Bet you he won't tell no Jews how they should feel or how they should interpret or how they should wait for some type of conclusion when it comes to their relationship with Arabs and Muslims. I bet you he won't do that.
Why Adam ain't talking about them crackers who had them kids locked up for all them 16 kids locked up?
Bro, it's true. Oh, that's the sister right there. What's that? What's happening, sister? Hey, listen.
Hey,
Adam is not known for talking about anything that has to do with serious issues, whether it's black, white, Latino, none of that, bro. He's not known for this. So the fact that you jumped on my post, right, or you're spreading disinformation, bro, get in line. White people have been spreading. I don't think I spread no man. I made a conclusion. I made a conclusion based on all the evidence that I saw thus far. Now, I have a question for y'all. Why do y'all think that black Mississippi mother and black Mississippi father, why do you think that they are paying for an independent autopsy? They're paying for an independent autopsy because that state medical examiner, she has misdiagnosed and miscategorized other situations involving black people who died by the hands of white people.
Uh-oh.
regular white people and law enforcement, bro. And so they knew they weren't gonna get no fair shake, and that if she could, she was gonna misdiagnose that. She was gonna miscategorize what happened because she did it before in the case in 2021. In the case in 2021, she did the same, where it was later determined that she had miscategorized something that should have been ruled a murder as undetermined. That prosecutor, and I mean that examiner, that medical examiner in the state of Mississippi, what's her name? I believe her name is Teresa something. But in 2021, it was a brother named Damian Cameron, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, she misrepresented his cause of death, and it was later determined on appeal. It was 2021 when she said something that was undetermined, or I guess the word is undetermined. She said it was undetermined, like she couldn't really deduce what happened. And then in 2024, her decision was overturned after an independent examination or autopsy happened. We don't just raise your hand. You believe and you
You
believe
breaking up a
anything
little
in the
bit.
state of Mississippi gonna be fair to you. Raise your hand.
Breaking up a little bit face at the end.
Oh, can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
yeah, yeah. You said raise your hand.
Raise your hand if you believe you gonna get a fair shake in Mississippi.
Yeah, fuck no.
Yeah. So the question is, why do you feel like that, Rock? Why do you feel like that? Why do you feel like that the state of Mississippi wouldn't give you a fair and impartial trial or hearing if you ever came into a situation where law enforcement was at your doorstep? Why do you feel like that? What happened?
Nah, I mean I done been through there and I know some people, but it just being out there just give me give me them vibes. It just give me
Well, watch this, bro. Hey, watch this, Rock.
lynching nigga
Listen, bro.
vibes.
Now watch this, Rockstar. Right? So watch this, bro. And a lot of times I be talking, so this right here don't even require that, bro. You don't listen, Rock. You don't have to ever have been in the state of Mississippi. If you read books, if you studied law, if you paid attention at all,
Facts.
you know that the state of Mississippi is not necessarily the most unbiased, most fair place when it comes to being black, bro. You don't have to have ever been to Mississippi to understand what the but on the books up until about
Yeah,
six
you
or seven
breaking
years
up.
ago.
Remember they had Mississippi burning.
Yeah, yeah.
Can y'all hear me
There
now?
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, bro. You don't never have to as a black person, bro. If you don't got to be a scholar. You ain't got to be no scientist. You don't got to be no teacher, no professor to understand. Right? Listen, bro. Black people, we judge. We've been here before. We've been here before. We've seen this before. We've smelled and we've tasted this level of injustice before. Don't know in his right mind trust a thing going on in Mississippi.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yep.
That's a
We
fact.
ain't even got to argue that. Sometimes black people, we argue and we debate about amongst ourselves. But I don't think that no black person in their right mind who knows anything about law and justice in this country thinks that black people can get anything looking like a fair shake in Mississippi, bro. You ain't guys coming down there, especially once you rub them white folks the wrong way, bro. Once you rub them crackers the wrong way, you know your is out. You could be totally innocent, and your is out.
For real. You know.
And then when you talk about misinformation, watch this, Rod. Listen, let's examine because I know that Adam is going to hear this. I know that Adam's flunkies are going to hear this. So let's examine what he's saying. I'm misrepresenting. Carmelo Anthony was defending himself. Carmelo Anthony was sitting minding his own business. He wasn't creating any disturbance. He wasn't loud, belligerent, aggressive. He hadn't threatened anybody. When he was approached by those crackers, he was sitting down minding his own business. He didn't threaten anybody. He didn't approach anybody.
Yeah.
There's no law. There's no law that says that once somebody approaches you, you have to backpedal. You ain't got to backpedal when they approach you. How many times have we seen white people get off on stand your ground they were able to prove that they were being approached or confronted by a
I mean, we seen George Zimmerman get off, and he was chasing them.
come on, man, Rick Child. We know that old China man ain't chased no 14-year-old black boy, no goddamn football field. That was his son who caught him and shot him in his back. And
Zimmerman
then
got off.
lied.
Hell
Huh?
yeah, hell yeah, Zimmerman got off, right?
Oh, you
I
talking
cut
about
went
Rick
to jail,
Child?
bro.
Yeah, Zimmerman got flying colors.
Which one of the
Zimmerman,
niggas went to jail?
Neither one of them. Neither one
No
of
one.
them.
No one of them did go to jail, gang.
Who?
Not
You
George
talking
it
Zimmerman.
about
wasn't
George
Zimmerman.
Floyd?
No, it was one that beat it, and then when he went to court, they found her guilty, bro.
It wasn't
It
Zimmerman.
wasn't George Zimmerman, and it wasn't Rick Child.
Who Zimmerman? Chip?
I didn't hear you.
No, what?
Martin.
Who did that? Zimmerman Chip?
Martin.
Trayvon?
Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it was Cuz.
It wasn't cuz. And the George
I
Zimmerman
think the in
situation.
St. Louis. I think the security in St. Louis got he beat it and got they resent this cuz they
Yeah.
killed the little fat.
So let me just say this, right? So we all thinking men here. We black folk. You can't name no one situation out of a
I'm
million
Indian.
situations. You can't name no one situation out of a million situations, bro. When black people judge, we don't just judge according to the legality of it. We judge according to like history. History tells us it's the best teacher. History tells us something ain't right when it comes to this kind of shit. And the whole thing is, when you look at what's going on in Mississippi right now, the initial stages of the investigation surrounding that boy, it's too many red herrings. It's too many question marks,
I ain't
right?
gonna
It's too,
lie, bro. At some point though, I get it that little bro wasn't, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't on but like
Right.
like I never stayed in no state like that, bro. But at the same token, when an is confronted with shit like that, bro, the best thing could do is leave, bro. Because you all the way in the lose-lose, even when you right. We clearly just seen it. And he was in the right for doing whatever the he did and still got washed. So when I see that, bro, a nigga shouldn't want to even still, like, I ain't gonna lie, some of these states, gang, like, because at the same token, bro, we don't got nobody that's finna fight for, like, I don't give a what type of protesting doing. Some of these states, bro, gotta let these have it. Because if not,
oh,
bro, it's just gonna be a gang of stories like this keep happening. And at the same time, bro, I can't do nothing unless I just mount up and go wipe shit out how they did Black Wall Street. And if they ain't gonna do that, cuz, like, gotta bounce.
Oh, so
Come
what
right
is
here
that?
where you
That's
welcome at.
KK. That's KK right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, KK, guess what? I agree with you, nigga. I agree. You thought I was gonna disagree with you? No,
No,
I
no,
agree
no. I'm
with
just
you.
I'm just talking. I'm just saying, like, sometime and they gotta come where you welcome at, cuz. Fuck trying to live all over there, man. Come where you welcome at, where you
Yeah,
can walk to the store at
yeah,
9 o'clock. Your
yeah.
kids can play in the front yard at 5, and it ain't no problem. Like, the moment a nigga start seeing niggas like me getting chipped over nothing, I should not still want to be like, yeah, I wish a nigga would play with me. No, cause you losing.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. Matter of fact, I agree with you. And listen, so watch this, KK. So listen, so we know black people, we from here too, bro. We've been here since day one too, right? So Mississippi's full of niggas. But even if it was a majority of niggas in the situations, then white folks still got the power and they got the influence. They still gonna do what the fuck they want to do. So I don't
Exactly.
disagree with you. So
Hey,
I'm a firm believer. See, one of the biggest problems is K is this. One of the biggest problems is that you have black people who are not raising their black children to understand that the possibility of these things still happen. You have black people who are raising their kids to feel like that this country, that racism doesn't exist, everything is peaches and cream, and don't look out for obvious signs of racism or death or murder. I agree with you. I agree. I don't have no disagreement with that. You at some point, listen, at some point, we as a people, we gotta say to ourselves, if you're expecting to have to have equal treatment by people who we know for the most part, not all white people the same way. We didn't say all white people were the same way. No, we didn't say that. All white people didn't agree with slavery, but it didn't stop slavery from happening. All white people didn't agree with Jim Crow segregation, but that didn't stop niggas from getting hung. All white people didn't agree with black people and white people from the north coming down there doing the voter registration drives in the 50s and 60s. All white people didn't agree with that shit. But all white people don't have to agree or feel the same way in order for some white people who don't like us to try to get our asses together. So my thing is, and then you have white America pushing this shit about a black fatigue, right? White people saying we're tired of black people
Breaking
complaining
up. You
about
breaking up
racism,
a little
right? So let me get this straight.
bit.
You got white people trying to dictate. I ain't hear
You
you.
good now? Dawgface.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You good now?
Oh yeah, you got white people trying to dictate to black people whether or not we should complain or how we can complain about what we see as obvious signs of racism. First of all, can't no crackers dictate to no nigga. First, well, he didn't say he didn't say that he was racist. Hey, listen, bro. We don't need you to say that you don't like black people in order to understand that you don't like black people. Black people have a built-in radar. We know racism even when you don't say it, even when you don't admit it. We know what racism look like and feel like. We don't need people to acknowledge or admit they some racist bitch ass niggas. Nowadays, the average white person, they just as stupid as the average nigga. They don't understand history. They don't even know what the fuck they forefathers and foremothers and ancestors did. They don't have a clue. That's why they don't appreciate the shit we've been through. And then they'll say, well, y'all do it to yourselves. Hey, listen, bro. White people kill white people. Chinese people kill Chinese people, right? So just because we may do something to each other doesn't mean that we have to accept what white people do to us and the excuses they give about, oh, y'all do what y'all said, what y'all complaining about. That ain't how this world work, bro.
Hey, what's so crazy is, Face, before you came in, I guess say Cheese put something that CNBC put out,
Right?
the 10 worst states to live in for 2026.
I saw it.
What you think about that? It's crazy because Mississippi is not top 10 on there.
Yeah, so here's what it is. So when they saying, I think they were judging that based on economic opportunities,
They were
right?
doing, they said FBI crime rates,
Uh-huh.
care, child care costs, worker protections, discrimination laws, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Are basically what they based it off, Like,
Right, right. So when it comes to like our so when it comes to shit like that, right? So Mississippi is has one of the fastest growing economies because in that Gulf Coast part of Mississippi, it's a bunch of factories and plants and shit coming down there. So you can go to Mississippi and get a job. You know what I'm saying? My nephew go to college down there in Mississippi right now. He finna go into his sophomore year. He play football down there. But long story short, you can get it anywhere. I mean, racism can 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 rear its here anywhere. You can be in LA and experience racism. You know what I'm saying? But you can be in Detroit and experience racism just because Detroit is up north in the Midwest, and just because Detroit is a predominantly black city, it don't mean there ain't no racism going on in there. It's racism going around everywhere. Now, what's the likelihood of some white people just coming out and trying to do some racial shit to you in Detroit? That shit, that shit's kind of slim, and it's kind of slim because it's too many niggas for them to get off. Man, listen, let me tell y'all something, bro. And I ain't even be long winded like this, right? You never know how people really feel until they get an advantage over you. Once they get the advantage over you, you really get to see how they feel about you. You really get to see what they think about you. When it's even numbers or when they outnumbered, then they don't really be flowing like they want to flow. You don't really see how a nigga gonna act. You know what I'm saying? Until they get the numbers. Once they get the numbers on your ass, it's a problem. And I said that like in Detroit. So we got a large Hispanic population as well. But the Mexicans in Detroit don't act like the Mexicans in LA because they don't be trying to stick their chest out. They don't be doing none of that La Raza ass shit up here. You know what I'm saying? Because they outnumbered. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see no Mexican calling no motherfucker no nigga in Detroit because you gonna get your head chopped off. And it ain't enough of y'all up here to mount up no motherfucking attack against no niggas. You know what I'm saying? When you go to Arizona, when you go to New Mexico, when you go to motherfucking, when you be out west, you know what I'm saying? There's a larger population of Latinos and Hispanics. So they be feeling themselves a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When you go for Texas, they be feeling themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the numbers, so they can do what they want to do.
We still here, Face. Oh yeah.
All right. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we here.
Yeah.
We here, but yeah, man, my nigga Dawgface definitely in the building, man. Came to chop it up. You already know. Like I said, this is Mr. Controversy himself, man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna stay in the middle of it, but he gonna clear it up, set the air. Hey, Face.
Huh?
Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, you want to see more videos like this, hop in the comments, get my likes up. It doesn't cost nothing for you to support. Become a member ASAP. You understand? Turn on your notifications, tap that bell, smash that like button, follow Smut Free TV on Instagram and TikTok. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And I can't stress enough, when I go live, super chat. You can send donations to the Cash App Rockstar2800. All of it is helping for the cause of Smut Free TV. You understand? Building this brand. So stay tuned for more if you want to see more rants, more reactions, more Rockstar reports. It's right here on Smut Free TV.
Don't do something and come back. Don't keep cracking and come back. That's what I said. You not. You not. Don't keep cracking and come back. You not. You not. Don't keep cracking and come back. You not. You not. Keep cracking and come back. Keep cracking and come back. Keep cracking and come back. You not. Keep cracking and come back. Keep cracking and come back. Keep cracking and come back.